Squid Game finally dropped its official trailer, and almost everyone missed the clues hiding in plain sight. From brutal new death games to the frontman's identity reveal, to one key detail that will change the entire course of the new season, this trailer isn't just hype, it's a warning. Let's start with the first twisted new game, Jump Rope. Yup, it's not London Bridge or Monkey Bars. This time, the trailer shows Chul-soo and Jung-hee, the same duo teased in Season 2's post-credit scene, holding a giant rope stretched across each other. The players will stand on a thin bridge-like structure, which will make it even harder for them to time their jumps and maintain their balance each time the rope reaches their feet. Based on the short part of the song we heard, it appears to be inspired by a traditional Korean children's game called Kkomaya, or Little Friend in Korean. While jumping, players are likely required to perform small actions in sync with the lyrics. Things like little friend, turn around, touch the ground, and shout hooray. But here's yet another twist. The classic red light, green light mechanic could also be controlling the rope's speed and swing intervals. If that's true, then every jump becomes a gamble. Hesitate for a second, and you're gone. This game looks like a brutal mashup of red light, green light, tug of war, and the glass bridge. A hybrid nightmare that demands timing, strength, and sheer luck all at once. And just to crank the chaos up a notch, a leaked detail suggests the VIPs will have remotes that control the rope's speed, making the challenge just a little deadlier. And that's what makes one question hit even harder. How would Jun-hee survive this game while pregnant? The odds are already brutal, but for her, they're practically impossible. Unless, of course, someone steps in to help. At around the 1:16 mark, there's a small detail many skimmed past. It's Nam-gyu, barely hanging onto life at the edge of the bridge. Fans think he survived the game, perhaps pulling a Doksu, or worse, sabotaging everyone in his path from the get-go. Another game that's been confirmed is the tag game. The teaser gave us the first glimpse. A giant gumball machine dispensing red and blue balls, randomly assigning players to opposing teams. At first glance, it feels playful, but beneath the color-coded innocence is a much more sinister setup. Blue team members receive keys and are tasked with navigating a claustrophobic maze to find hidden safe rooms. Meanwhile, the red team's objective is simple but horrifying: hunt the blue players down and kill them. Each room has a keyhole allowing players to peek inside before entering. But that glimpse might be a trap, because if a red and blue player meet inside, it's a fight to the death. No second chances, no respawns, just blood on concrete and time running out. And speaking of time, a massive countdown clock looms over the maze, reminding everyone that hesitation equals elimination. But here's where it gets strange. In the teaser, Jun-hee clearly receives a red ball, marking her as a hunter, but in the trailer's later scenes, she's suddenly wearing a blue vest, signaling a complete team switch. So what happened? Did she betray Myung-gi? Did she strike a deal? Or was she forced to turn against her allies in a last-minute twist? Either way, her survival may come at a devastating price. Now pay close attention to the arena's entrance. Right beside the steel doors, graffiti is scrawled on the wall, a crude sketch of a skull and a Korean slang that loosely translates to skullhead. It's a mocking insult, often hurled at someone who's too skinny or seen as weak. In the context of this game, it's more than just graffiti, it's a taunt, possibly even a reminder that weakness is fatal in the games. Then comes one of the most heart-stopping moments, Hyunju versus Yongsam. A direct face-off, one-on-one, the kind of moment Squid Game is built for. We know they're in opposing teams, but from the way it's framed, only one of them is walking out alive. However, no scene in this game is more disturbing than what appears to be the shaman's final moment. Seon-Nyeo, a polarizing figure with more screen time than some fans would prefer, might finally meet her match. At 1 minute and 4 seconds, she's shown with an expression of absolute terror. Not the kind of look that comes from being startled, the kind that comes before seeing your own death. And if you blinked at 0:43, you probably missed it. A shot of what appears to be Seon-Nyeo's body collapsed on the cold floor, motionless, the hair unmistakable. Netflix didn't linger on it, they didn't need to. But now the scene that will absolutely shatter us. Yong-Sik and Geum-Ja, the mother-son duo who have fought their way through hell together. But Squid Game doesn't care about love. At 1 minute and 5 seconds, they're seen holding each other, utterly broken, one in blue, one in red. It's the quiet before the storm. You can almost feel the unspoken truth in that shot. One of them has to die, whether it's the mother sacrificing herself to save her son, or the son forced to let her go. It's going to be one of the most emotionally devastating moments of the entire season, and fans will be left completely heartbroken. The official trailer also gives us a chilling glimpse at a player we all thought was just a background extra, the unnamed player 202. But in one quick sequence, he becomes important. We see Gi-Hun battered and bloodied, staring at 202 in disbelief. His voice cracks as he asks, "What are you doing?" But 202 doesn't flinch. He simply responds, "I'm playing the game," with a voice like ice. That line hits like a gut punch. It's a confession, a confirmation that 202 has done something unforgivable. And considering both Gi-Hun and 202 are wearing red team vests, it could very well be cold-blooded betrayal. Now let's talk about Gi-Hun. Gi-Hun went from "I've played these games before" to "I'm sick of these games." He's seen absolutely crashing out throughout the trailer, resisting multiple guards at once and literally asking to be killed. Later, we see him grabbing Seon-Nyeo by the throat as well, after what appears to be Seon-Nyeo taunting him, whilst still in handcuffs. Due to this, we can assume that this scene happened right after the end of Season 2. Later on, we also see that Gi-Hun is a finalist again, wearing the signature suit walking through the nostalgic hallway we saw in Season 1, with an expression like he's just seen a ghost. But this isn't just some random spoiler. It actually leads into the moment everyone's been waiting for, the frontman's reveal. Near the end of the trailer, his mask finally comes off and Gi-Hun sees his face again. It's a massive turning point, but the real hidden clue isn't even in the trailer. It's hidden in an Instagram post from Lee Byung-hun, who plays the frontman. In the photo, In-ho stands before the VIPs in a finalist's suit, hinting that he may be revealing the story of how he won the previous Squid Game himself, meaning he would be inviting Gi-Hun to revisit the twisted path he took, from player to survivor to architect of the very nightmare he once escaped. But that's not all. There's a darker theory floating around, one that takes the psychological torment to a whole new level. What if they don't just capture Gi-Hun? What if they manipulate him into believing he's the finalist? Imagine this. While Gi-Hun is held prisoner, sedated, isolated, maybe even drugged, the rest of the players continue the deadly games without him. One by one, they're eliminated, and when he finally wakes up, he's told that he's made it to the final round, that he's the last man standing. A survivor, a winner, except it's all a lie. The final game never happened, or it did and he wasn't part of it. The other players might already be dead, or worse, alive and watching. The entire thing could be an elaborate psychological weapon, orchestrated by In-ho, the frontman himself, designed to break Gi-Hun from the inside out, to force him to question his memory, his role, even his sanity. The goal? Not just control, humiliation, isolation, total collapse. Because what's more devastating than dying in the games? Believing you won, only to find out you were never even playing. With Season 3 less than a month away, who do you think will learn their final fate, and who do you hope will win the games? I'll be posting daily breakdowns and theories, so subscribe to watch them.